If you're new around here, we're Rosh and Stace, and we've just returned from a year of travelling the world. We've seen a lot of places, like the Parthenon in Greece and its 2 replicas, the incredible Rocky Mountains of Canada, spent Christmas in New York, Sangkran in Cambodia, and so much more. But we've never really explored our own backyard. Until now. We're seeing Aussie animals of all smells, shapes and sizes.
And we can see whales in the ocean.
Incredibly crystal clear blue water, and some of the whitest sand in the entire world. Oh, it's like looking directly at the sun. All from the comfort of our awesome campervan. But we have a job to do. There is an empty picture frame in an empty house that needs filling. We need to fill it with the memory from each day of this trip, or our house will never feel like a home. Good morning everyone from Narooma, New South Wales. We're back at Narooma Beach this morning because we thought we'd have some coffee with a view. And if we're lucky, we'll get to see some whales splashing about in the ocean like we did last night in our previous video. But for now, I think I'm pretty content with this view and a coffee, of course. Whale spotted, check. It's just so cool, it never gets old. I think it's around, I want to say September to November that the whales are moving and migrating around this area, so perfect time to come and see if you can spot some whales. Well, that was a lovely morning spent here at Narooma Beach. Spotted some whales, relaxed along the coast. Stace did some work, but I relaxed. But now it's time to hit the road again because there's actually a few spots we want to hit up in Narooma before we venture to our next spot. But also look at this dog on a ute. Not how I would recommend transporting your dog, but each to their own. About 5 minutes up the road from Narooma Beach, we have come to Handkerchief Lake, kind of slash beach, because the lake is obviously connected to the beach. Kind of with this little river, you can track the water from the beach all the way to the lake. It's really beautiful. It kind of has a little bit of a billabong feel to it, but with really clear blue water. Speaking of clear blue water, that is what Narooma is known for. In fact, I believe Narooma in the indigenous language, or in one of the indigenous languages, actually translates to clear blue water. So that is exactly what you can expect from the beaches and the lakes here in Narooma. Okay, our next stop is a bit of a novelty one. It's Australia Rock. It's called Australia Rock because it's shaped like Australia, or apparently it is. I've seen pictures online. I think they're pushing it, but let's go have a look for ourselves. Side note, Stace is being such a legend. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, is the Melbourne Cup, which is a public holiday in Melbourne, which means that she's got tomorrow off, but she doesn't have today off. But she's being a legend and she's working from the van just to make this road trip a little bit longer so we could see as much as we could. So everybody comment down below. Thank you, Stace, for your sacrifice. Do you see it? Yeah, a little bit. Well, I'm not going to deny that that is a rock. Is it Australia Rock? I don't know. I guess it's up to the beholder. It looks
exactly like Australia, and there is no part of Australia missing.
I don't know what it is with Stace and Tasmania.
I'm just joking. I love Tasmania. I've not really been, but love it.
We'd love to go one day, but that's what I'm going to say. There's no Tasmania, so it can't be Australia Rock. Well, Tasmanians, I am pleased to report I have found Tasmania kind of below Australia, where it actually is, I guess behind Australia. There's a rock over there with another hole in it. I think it's kind of in the shape of Tasmania. So I'm happy. I hope you're happy too.
Okay, need your help. Just a little blue bottle jellyfish chilling in the rock pools. Now, blue bottles are not poisonous or venomous like everything else in Australia, but I haven't been stung, but I hear it does hurt quite a bit.
Could we be adding another animal to our animals sighted list? I was going to say our Australian bingo card, but are these seals Australian? I mean, they are Australian, they live in Australia, so yeah. Maybe they're not native, but I'm going to say that they count. Well, if you can't see seals, I can guarantee that you can smell them, because they don't smell very good. If you can imagine the smell of a wet dog, it's like way worse than that. But that's what seals are, they're water dogs. Nice to meet you.
There's always one in the family.
We are en route to Jervis Bay to our caravan park for the night. It's been a bit of an overcast day. It rained a little bit, but not too bad. It's about a 2 hour and 40-minute drive from where we were last night in Narooma to Jervis Bay. So it's not too bad, nice and close.
We want to say a massive thank you to IndieCampers for supplying us with this brand new Seeker van for this video. We highly recommend booking your van rentals through IndieCampers. Their website is super easy to use, they're affordable, and they allow you to get off the beaten track and explore the hidden gems in between these massive cities. Something else that we really love about IndieCampers is that they have vans of all different sizes. So this Seeker van is perfect for Stace and I because it fits 2, maybe even 3 people really well. But if you're a big family, they have bigger models too. So you can check out all the options on their website. We highly recommend using IndieCampers.
So if you're looking to give van life a go for the very first time, you can use our code GFLV10 and get 10% off your booking with IndieCampers. Guys, we have fallen in love with van life ever since we did it in Scotland. Check out the smaller towns, check out the coast, or even go further inland if you want. So much to see when you're driving around countries. And if you're looking for ideas, Australia is great. We also really loved doing it in Scotland, but there are so many options because IndieCampers have vans in Europe, North America, and Oceania. So what are you waiting for? GFLV10, get 10% off your booking.
Do it.
What's for dinner, chef?
Chickpea korma curry. It's a little bit of Indian on a Monday night. What up?
And what I particularly love about tonight's dinner is that we're going to be lazy and we get to test out the microwave by using the microwavable rice. It's ready! It's warm! Ow! Microwave worked. Can you see that steam?
We've started off our morning here in Jervis Bay. We're going to spend pretty much the whole day exploring this Jervis Bay area. There are so many different beaches, some are big beaches, some are much smaller, hidden beaches. Now we've started here at Greenfield Beach. It is beautiful, let me tell you, and we are the only people here. Now it is early-ish, it's 9 AM, but we're the only people on this beach right now. The water is this like clear turquoise. The sand is white. I feel like the camera's not doing it justice. It is absolutely beautiful. And like I said, no one else in sight. Rosh has spotted some dolphins off the shore in the water. I left my glasses in the car so I can see like waves, but I'm sure they're dolphins. I'll trust her. Absolutely beautiful here, and this is just one of so many beaches we want to head to today in this area. I think you could spend 5 nights just driving your campervan around Jervis Bay. There are so many different places to stop at, but nonetheless, we have one day to see as many of these beautiful beaches as we can. And we've now just entered Boodaree National Park, which is in this Jervis Bay area. It is a national park, so you do pay an entry fee, which is $20 for a day pass. So we're going to try and see as much as we can while we're in this national park. Now, because it is a national park, there are some extra rules, things like no drones, no jet skis, the wildlife obviously a lot more protected, additional rules around camping and things like that. So we'll be very mindful of all those rules. But let's go check out as many of the beaches in this national park as we can and make the most of our day pass.
The next stop in Boodaree National Park is a little place called Hole in the Wall. It's this little beachfront. Stace and I have this entire spot by ourselves. If it was a warmer day, We could spend the day here just lounging on the sand. Stace says she wouldn't because there are a lot of blue bottles, and look, there are a lot of blue bottles on the sand. I can't see many in the water though, so maybe they've all just been beached a while ago. Speaking of the water, some of the clearest water I've ever seen. I can see the bottom of the ocean for quite some distance, so it's really, really clear. And the sand is quite white. Around the Victorian beaches, I'd say the sand is a bit more golden, whereas here in Jervis Bay, I think it's known for its really, really white sand. We have now made it to Cave Beach, and I'm standing in one of the caves here. It is pretty cool. It's a decent sized cave right on the edge of the water, so you have to be careful obviously if the water's coming in really, really quickly. Take that into consideration if you're visiting, but it does offer some really cool perspectives of looking out from the cave onto the beach. And I hear often there are kangaroos on the beach here at Cave Beach. We saw a number of kangaroos on the way into the beach. None currently lounging on the beach at the moment, but it is beautiful nonetheless. I have to say, if you're looking to spot kangaroos, we have seen so many here in the national park. Before the national park, we'd only seen one wild kangaroo on our road trip, and then since coming into the national park, we've seen about 12. So that is definitely something to factor in if wildlife is a big thing for you on your road trip. Then I think it's definitely worth checking out a national park or two. And Boodaree here in New South Wales seems like the perfect place to check out.
Now, Cave Beach was super beautiful, but it's now about 12:30. We're getting a bit hungry, so while we're just here in the car park, we're going to cook up some noodles for lunch. Nothing special, but we do have a pretty good view while we are cooking. Let me show you.
Alright, we've now made our way out of Boodaree National Park. We've headed up north of Jervis Bay. Come to a place called Red Point. We're actually trying to get to a beach called Chinaman's Beach. We kind of got lost. The GPS got a little bit confused along the way, so this is the closest we've made it. The reason we were going to that particular beach was because a lot of people say it has really, really white sand, but this beach is like blinding me. It's bleached white sand reflecting the sunlight, and I can barely see. Even with my sunglasses, I still feel like I'm doing this, but oh, it's like looking directly at the sun. Some of the whitest sand I've ever seen. Stace and I are the only people along this beach. Nice and calm, just a bit blinding. Ugh. Unfortunately, it is time. Lucky for you guys, you don't have to follow me the whole journey, but I will show you what it looks like. The toilet, not what's inside. Okay, so it pulls out like a little suitcase. Very discreet. And then off I go. Have fun. So I think what happens is I kind of tip it, I push this out, and it all just comes gushing out. Not gushing because we barely used it, but I'm not excited.
Bye.
Bye. Over the last few days, we've travelled more than 1,400 kilometres from Melbourne to Sydney. Sure, we probably could have found a cheap flight and saved some time, but what would that have actually cost? This trip ended up being so much more than visiting Sydney. It wasn't the harbour or the Opera House that made it so memorable, Harbour Bridge, but everything we saw along the way. If you want to have your own one-way adventure, we highly recommend van life with IndieCampers. Use our code for 10% off and go out there and have an adventure of your own. And who knows, maybe you too will come back to a house that feels a little bit more like a home.